Hey, my name is JD, and this is my story. So I grew up in the church, actually in our church, Grace OC. Ever since I was a kid, I was attending, I was running around church. I was always here. Every Sunday, my parents would drag us to church, even if we didn't want to go. And I knew a lot about who God was. I knew the Bible stories. I knew about all the things that God had done. But I didn't really have that relationship, that connection with Jesus. And that really started to take head when I was in high school, and a lot of things started happening in my life. My life seemed like it was crumbling around me. The career path I was choosing wasn't going to work out because I had got hurt and couldn't play baseball anymore. My life at home seemed to be shaky, and everything was unsteady and crumbling around me. And I got really, really depressed, and really I had suicidal thoughts, and I hated everything. I hated everyone, and I was so angry. And in that darkness, in that lowest point, I doubted if God even exists, because I never had that connection like everyone else did. I never had that moment in worship like everyone else had seen. I didn't have that story that everyone else seemed to have in church, and I doubted, was God even real? Because I've been at church my whole life and never had that experience with Him. And then one point, when I was at my lowest, I went to a youth camp. I was forced to go to youth camp, actually, that our church was putting on. And I had this encounter during one of the worship sets that they were playing, where I sensed that Jesus had come and sat right next to me. It was in that moment that He answered those questions of doubt that I had, and I began to start and cultivate that relationship with Jesus that I had been missing so much. In that moment, I prayed to God. I said, God, I believe without doubt that You are real. And Lord, I accept You, and I accept that I am, a sinner, and I accept that I don't want to be the way that I am anymore, Lord. And I surrendered. I said, God, I want to pursue You. I want to pursue the calling You have for my life, and I want to be changed. And after I prayed that prayer there in the sanctuary at camp, I went up to a leader that I had trusted, and I told them about this decision that I had made. I expressed to them that I had just accepted Jesus and I wanted to live my life for Jesus, and they prayed over me. And ever since that moment, my life has been different. After that, in the weeks after that, I really got this sense, this comfort, knowing that God was real, and I couldn't doubt anymore if God was real, because I had had that experience, and this peace, knowing that no matter what was going on in my life, the uncertainty, how unsteady everything was, and no matter where I was at, that God was going to protect me, and that God was going to provide for me. And as I was growing closer and growing more in my relationship with God, I began to sense this calling into the ministry, and I got involved in the youth ministry, and I started serving and helping out with services all the way to the point to where I am today, where I'm leading the youth ministry, and me and my wife are pastors. And ever since that moment, that encounter I had with Jesus, my life has been forever changed. And the Lord has blessed me upon the way. There have been struggles, there have been bumps in the road, but at every time I've turned to God, and He has provided for me. He has proven the things that He said to me and spoke to me at that camp, that He would take care of me, He would provide for me. He has proven those things to be true. And I've really come to understand in my life the life-changing power that a relationship with Jesus can have. And the question that I have for you watching is do you know that? Do you know the power that there is in a relationship with Jesus?